my lovelies, and welcome back to another video. As you already know, February is the month of love, and what better way to share it than through some pampering, some self-love, and of course spending time with loved ones while also valuing your time alone. The book I want to introduce you today is The 5 Love Languages, with a focus on physical touch. Before, I didn't know you can still crave another person without having romantic feelings towards them. In fact, physical touch can also be you pampering yourself in a non-sexual way, in a form of massaging, self-care, pampering, all the way to make you feel cared for, because at the end of the day we are still human and we still want to feel loved and touched in ways where we feel good. So why not indulge in a little bit of massaging, especially when you're going out with your friends? When I was younger, I never put too much effort into my physical appearance because I always thought what matters on the inside counts. Turns out how you show up for yourself is setting a standard for how you want other people to treat you. Like it or not, how we dress and act and show up to events, we are sending signals. And the number one signal is how you dress. Because if you're actually a smart person, but if you dress like a slob, people are not going to take you seriously, because how is other people going to take you seriously if you don't dress the part? At the end of the day, we do live in a self-obsessed world where we do judge people on their appearances. In a perfect world, we wouldn't, but that is not reality. Besides, wouldn't you want to show up as the best version of yourself by looking the part and giving yourself the self-love you deserve, aka looking clean? It doesn't necessarily have to be looking 10 all the time, but looking put together in the form of getting your eyebrows done, hair done, glowing, skincare. These are all signals to show that you love yourself first. Therefore, people around you will then reflect it, because you are sending a signal that you are a person to take in seriously. For example, getting your lashes, lip dyed and brow waxed. This is not a fun process. This is painful, plucking, and also you have to wait 24 hours until the perm is done on your eyelashes, so you can't get it wet. This requires effort, this requires money. None of this is cheap, but we do it because we know if there is no pain, there is no gain. And trust me, the gain far outweighs the pain. And let me ask you something, ladies. What is something that you always want in life that requires sacrifice, time, and effort? Because if things were always easy, it loses its desirability. Because when you want something bad enough, it requires you to level up in ways where you have to meet that standard so you can get that reward. Obviously, the life that you wanted requires you to sacrifice the old one. It is a bit painful, but think of it as a butterfly. You have to go eat a lot of food, then you got to make yourself a cocoon so you can grow your wings, so you can be in the sky, beautiful and free. But first, you need to break free of that cocoon, and that requires you to struggle and push beyond belief to get what you want. And that is also a form of saying goodbye to the old version of you and welcoming the new version of you. That is why I decided to cut my hair. Even though I love long hair, I do believe hair holds memory, and when you get a haircut, you're releasing the old, so you have new vibrations. I read somewhere in a business book is a lot of high networking people look at people's hands because it indicates of what level they are willing to get down and dirty. For example, if you're a surgeon, you probably want something neat and short, or if you're a teacher or a retail person, you don't mind them having long. But if you're in business, you probably want them to look a little bit more professional. But if you're more of a glamour person, you probably want them to be a little bit more stand-outish. I chose to have long nails in this one because I haven't had nails in a long time. Before, I used to have really cool nails that were natural because I have this special nail polish, but now I've been through a little bit of a stressful period where I chewed my nails a lot and I haven't been able to grow. That is why I decided to get some nails done, because it stops me from biting, and you know what, it just looks pretty and it makes you feel dainty. And I love getting compliments from girls because then it's like, oh my god, look, I love your nails, and it's such a girly thing to do. Speaking about girly things to do, I decided to treat myself with the Bridgerton Ton box because it brought me back to the memory of 2024 when I went to the Bridgerton event for season 3. I love this event because it was such a girly time. Don't get me wrong, romance is very important for me, but I found the most romantic, beautiful settings in life, they always involve hanging around with other girls where we get to be cute, free, and just pretty all around. Don't get me wrong, I'm pretty sure hanging out with your boyfriend or husband is just as romantic, but it shouldn't take away from the fact that your most important love of your life is yourself. And how you show up for yourself is setting a standard for the people around you. But I just want people to know that romance doesn't require having a partner in your life. It can also be you exploring new places with your girlfriends or going out by yourself and just really romanticizing it. Because life is already hard enough, but you can always find small slices of beauty in life among the gravel. It just all depends on where you go and your mindset, because the world is a mirror. Whatever you put in front of it, it will reflect it. Like I always say, wherever my mind is, that is where I will be. Because at the end of the day, wherever you put your mind to certain things, no matter what frequency it is, that is where you will be. If you're constantly stuck in a victim mindset, that is where you will be. But if you have a growth mindset, that is where you will be. Because I would much rather see the world as half full than half empty. Because who wants to operate at a low vibration where you're stuck in the same patterns and never feeling good, rather than sticking to a high vibration where there is unlimited possibilities? Even when the world is gone to hell, you can still dig yourself out of a pit. Obviously, it took me years to come to this conclusion, but if it wasn't for the Bridgerton event in 2024, where the fortune teller told me to jump on this opportunity that is going to come up very soon, against my better judgment, I wouldn't be where I am today, and that is a lot more confident. A woman who takes on the world by herself, who romanticizes it and loves herself, because I love being a role model for young women and for the people around me, where we all get to grow and glow together, with or without a man in their lives, because our number one love of our lives is ourselves. So thank you guys so much for watching. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and comment for more. Until next time, have a wonderful day.